All right, President Trump's promise to stop the migrant flow isn't exclusive to the southern border. Border czar Tom Homan will be meeting with the Border Security Caucus today to lay out how the administration will be securing the northern border with Canada. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney sits on that caucus and joins me now to preview her meeting with the border czar. Congresswoman, good morning to you. So what should viewers know about the concerns you have regarding the northern border ahead of your conversation with Tom Homan later today?
Well, great to see you, Carly. I first visited the northern border when I got most of the northern border of New York and New York 24, which stretches all the way from the St. Lawrence Seaway all the way to the Niagara River, where we've seen almost an increase of 90%, or actually 90% of the people on the terror watch list have come across the northern border, and that's even going beyond the border with Canada and my region. But we also have seen this huge increase in illegal immigrants just coming into the New York State because of the policies of Kathy Hochul and the Democrats who run everything in Albany. And Tom Homan has been shining the light on that. That's why we created the Northern Border Security Caucus. I visited the southern border back in 2021 and saw the problems there. And a lot of this has been shifted northward because the cartels can take control of the northern border because of the weak, feckless policies of the governor of the New York State and the legislature, who have passed laws, by the way, one passed by Governor Cuomo in 2019 called the Green Light Law, that prohibits our police from working with ICE to find dangerous criminals, which is, if you watch any of the clips of Tom Homan, he is focusing on dangerous criminal illegal aliens, the worst of the worst, the people who have abducted and taken children. They're human trafficking. They're bringing illicit drugs across our border. This is really important because not only are they putting New Yorkers at risk, they're putting the entire country at risk. And we have to secure the border, which I'm looking so forward to meeting with Tom Homan today, who, by the way, hails from my district. He's from the northern border region. He's from Jefferson County, where one of the counties I represent.
Okay, so Congresswoman, last night Republicans got together and did something that many thought couldn't be done, and they passed the one big beautiful bill out of the House and now heads to the Senate. This, of course, includes a lot of the things that Donald Trump campaigned on, like extending the tax cuts and funding for border security. So now that it has passed by a very slim majority, what should Republicans know about this bill and how could it impact their lives?
Yeah, well, Carly, first of all, this is our budget top line numbers. So this is going to go to the Senate, and we're going to see what the Senate sends back to us. But this actually sets forth, with arduous work and a lot of negotiations, getting to a point where we could have everyone on our entire caucus join here in making sure that we keep Trump's tax cuts permanent. Those tax cuts, if they expire, and I'm on the Ways and Means Committee, could be a $4.5 trillion tax increase, mostly to places like my district, where it's middle and lower income taxpayers and small businesses. They're the ones that got most of the benefits from Trump's tax cuts, which is why you saw this huge burst in growth and in our economy when they first were implemented, and continues to today. We'd be in much worse shape because of the terrible policies of President Biden. If those tax cuts hadn't been in place like they are now, they are allowing us to continue to grow our economy. If you add in the cuts that we need to make under DOGE and also the explosive growth that we're going to see from unleashing American energy, you are going to see a huge growth and dominance by the United States, not just economically, but giving us a security advantage as we face our adversaries around the world who have used energy and economics like China and others to leverage the United States. Right. So these are all good things. We've got to go see what the Senate's going to do. They're going to send back another version of their bill, I'm sure. The negotiations have just started, but I'm really grateful that the Speaker, our leadership team, were able to get us across the finish line. It is critically important that we implement the agenda of President Trump. He ran on this, we won on this, and we're going to continue to make those promises.
And Congresswoman, really quickly here, because unfortunately we're running out of time, but separately, the government also needs to be funded because the current spending measure expires on March 14th. That's when all the money runs out. How concerned are you about a government shutdown?
Well, look, we have passed and we are cooperating with our appropriations committee. It's the Democrats that want the shutdown. They want to use the shutdown just like we did last time President Trump was in office. We had the Schumer shutdown. We're going to probably see another attempt by the Democrats to shut us down. And if they do that in the appropriations process, that's what we're going to do. We have to fund our government. We have to keep our military operational. We have threats around the world. We have to make sure that all that kind of discretionary spending and what we're seeing, our enemies continue to plus up and build up, like China and others around the world and their influence. We need to pass a budget. We need to make it responsible. We need to make the cuts we need to make. And I think the American people see exactly what the fraud, abuse, and waste is. And I say, look no further than what New York State has done when it comes to where we need to make cuts on some of these programs and where we have true fraud, abuse, and waste.
Well, it's a busy time for you, so thank you so much for joining us to tell us what's going on Capitol Hill. We appreciate it. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney.